would you introduce yourself to the Flamettes?
My name is Linda.
Hi, Linda. Where you calling from?
Well, right now I'm in Minnesota, but I'm originally from New York.
Girl, what you doing in Minnesota? It get too cold out there. That's a different kind of cold too.
It's altogether different kind of cold, like seriously. Um, yes, I know. I noticed you had said you don't have no topic for today, but I wanted to bring something to your
Oh,
attention.
just a,
Oh gosh, that's when everybody want to call me.
well, tell me I'm gonna call you. You talking to me?
I know. So, I have a 10-year-old daughter,
Okay.
and um, I am a single mother doing all that I can for my child. Um, and the county that I live in, Stearns County, is a very prejudiced county. This will be their second time taking my child from me. Um, Investigating what they called malicious punishment of a child. My daughter, like I said, she's 10 years old. She would tell you, she has a mouth, okay? That West African and Jamaican mouth of hers, like she would tell you exactly what's up, you know? And they asked my daughter, like, does your mother hit you? Does your mother abuse you? And my daughter told them flat out, no, my mother does not hit me. My mother does not like do any of these things that you guys are accusing her of. And it's frustrating that you guys keep doing this to her. This is a 10-year-old telling them, because they have to give you, legally, they have to give you a transcript of what they asked your child and conversations had. They pulled me out of my house, arrested me on a Friday. I didn't get released until Monday. I didn't even see a judge because apparently whatever the charges they had, they didn't have enough to support their charges for me to go in front of a judge. And so I ended up getting released or whatever. They still have my daughter. I have court on the 11th of May. But my purpose of bringing this to you today is it's so hard with everything that's going on, and we see how they're treating our Black men, and we see how they're treating our young boys. It's just as hard on single mothers raising their kids, single Black mothers raising their kids. Like, they think the least little thing. And my daughter, she's a tomboy, so any little mark that's on her, it's like, this is a child who does flips off the stairs, and she's gotten into a couple of fights at school. So, but my thing is, why you not asking the school? Why you not talking to her teachers? You come directly to me and assume that it's me that's beating up on my child.
Okay, I gotta ask you though, because I gotta get more information. So, how did they yes even get involved with you? Who called on you? Who reported you?
Thank you. So I have my little brother. He's 32. He was living here with me. And I'm the type of person, I like my place nice and neat and clean and simple. And I'm doing, some renovations in my house and whatnot. But my little brother, like he was not keeping the place clean, like seriously. And it was becoming a problem where if he opened his room door, like you could smell the funk. And I'm not just talking about the regular, boys being boys. Like, it was a whole nother level. So, and I told him, I said, and this is literally on like maybe the 28th or the 29th of March. I told him, I said, listen, enough is enough. The age that you're at, I can't keep you here and you're not keeping this area clean. If it's starting to affect the rest of the household, you got to make a decision. If you cannot keep this place clean, you got to be out. That's just because my daughter is seeing you do this, and she's thinking like this is okay. She's going to pick up on this and think this is okay to do. So either you correct yourself or you got to be out. My little brother didn't even say anything to me. The next day I came home from work. I work at the hospital. I come home from work and he's gone. Okay, well, that's the decision he made. I can respect that, He doesn't say nothing to me. This is, like I said, the 20th or the 29th. Come April 1st, that Friday, my child comes home from school. We're literally laying in our bed, in our PJs, watching movies when I hear a knock at the door that they want me to come out and they need to see my child right away. So I know for a fact it's him. I know for a fact it's him. I don't have nobody in my house. My neighbors are Salvadorian and Ecuadorian. Their English is limited. I'm always at work. I only come home to be with my child and go back. So my thing is, so who, like you said, who could it be? It's only him.
Well, you know, sometimes family will do you in, but what it's still it's it's too many holes. I'm missing too many parts of the story, Linda. I want to know what was his reason for reporting you, because I mean I understand his reason, because you may have told him to get his funky ass out because he wouldn't clean up, but I still miss on what you say that your daughter was abused. He can't just make that up and there was no physical marks, so there was nothing. They have to prove that.
There was no physical marks. Okay, so you know the paperwork that I received, that like I said, that goes through the entire interview with my daughter and whatever, the reports that he's saying in there literally that he's physically seen me beat my daughter with a baseball bat. Now, Flame, let me tell you, I am 5'10", right? That's my height. All right. I'm a good 2-something in weight. If I swung a baseball bat at my child, a 10-year-old girl, and I will DM you pictures of my daughter. And when we're done, I'm gonna send you copies of this report so you can read it for yourself, because that's how serious this is. If I hit my daughter with a baseball bat, right? My child will have to miss school. Or if she goes to school, there's going to be bruises. Something on her is going to be broken. That's not something that you could after a day or two, it'll disappear. No. And like I said, my daughter she's not 6 or 7. She's 10. Her body's developing. My daughter, she's sassy. She will tell you what it is.
Let me ask you a question. Do you own that house or are you renting?
I own my house. I own my house. As I said, I'm doing renovations.
The
It's just a small 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
I don't have a solution to your question or answer for your question, but the scary part of that is once CPS is involved in your life, it's hard to get their asses out. You're going to have to fight this, keep that brother away from you. You might have to cut off communication with him for a while, because that was some real petty shit that he did. But once CPS get involved in your personal, girl, it's hard to get CPS out, because they will always hold that over your head about child abuse. The best part about child abuse was the pandemic, because you could fuck your kids up during the pandemic. If they called the police, all you had to do was start coughing in the background. Wasn't nobody coming to your house. But I'm so sorry.
You know, and I appreciate you making me laugh about the situation.
I'm sorry that you're in.
But
CPS, once CPS get involved, girl, it's very scary.
I mean, and the worst part about it is it's like they're like, oh, pending investigation. Flame, you know, like, okay, if anybody's ever dealt with the police, if they had like proof on whatever it is that they got against you, to get a warrant is nothing. To get a warrant is nothing. They couldn't get a warrant to search my house. Whatever claims that they had.
Have you seen your baby?
The judge was like, that's not enough.
Have you seen your baby?
I got to see her last week. I get to see her today for 2 hours. So they've set up visitations. As I said, I go to court on May 11th. I have a lawyer. She's working on the case, you know. I mean, it's just so messed up, because like talking to other people, you know, having to find a lawyer, it's like people in the cities, because I live all the way out in like the country area. St. Cloud is far from Minneapolis and Brooklyn Park and all of that. They're like, this has got to be a St. Cloud thing, because somebody can't just call and they take your daughter out of the house. They would have to be physical evidence. There would have to be some sort of confession from your child saying, yes, this is something going on. But again, I live in a predominantly white neighborhood. Before you see another face that look like mine, you're traveling. You understand? And it is like, I guess they mad because I got my shit together. I don't know what the situation is, but I feel like it's more to it.
Well,
even that they're letting me to know.
They took her twice. How they take her twice? If they took her the first time and gave her back to you, why would they come and take her again?
The first time that this happened, like I said, this was 2018. My play daughter, she was here in my house and she left her son here, and her son got injured while in my house. And the severity of the injury, they were like, they're taking all the kids. Now, after they did their investigation and did whatever they had to do, they realized, oh, okay, that was an isolated incident. And so, that was dismissed. So now, like I said, this would be the second time. So the first time, it didn't even have nothing to do with my daughter. It was just one of those things where I guess they say within 72 hours they have to make a judgment call if the kid is safe or whatnot in the house. But again, it was, I myself, I'm stunned. I'm lost. I really don't even understand this situation myself. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for my faith in God, I don't even understand like how I would be going through what I'm going through and still able to
I don't know how
communicate.
much you love your house, but houses are replaceable. You want to get your kid back, and you don't want CPS in your bed. Girl, you might need to put that house on the market, and you might need to relocate to some place where they live.
You are like the fifth person that said this. They're like, dog, you need to like rent it, sell it, and get out of here. And I mean, obviously, I'm going to eventually do that, but it's not one of those things where I could just up into, I'm not going to front. Like, that's not something I could just, in a split second and just do that. It's going to have to take time to find a job in another area and all that other stuff.
Baby
But
back. That's your first priority. You got to get your kid back. You
yeah,
like it sounds like every time you let somebody come stay in your house, it's an issue. Girl, it's okay just you and your baby. It's just okay with you and your baby.
facts, facts, facts. And when people, my mom used to say that sometimes the voice of the people is the voice of the Lord. 2 times someone has said to me in the past, like, yo, your little brother, I understand you love him and all, but he's 30 something years old. That dude need to be on his own. And it's like, well, that's my little brother. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather him be here and he's safe or whatever. But had I had listened then, I probably wouldn't have been going through what I'm going through
Everything
now. So
everything is
facts to what you're
everything
saying.
is a life lesson. So now you know. So now you know not to make the same mistake. You made the same mistake twice. So now the next step will fall
Mm-hmm.
on you. Girl, do what you need to do. Get your kid back. All
Mm-hmm.
that you have to stay from up under the radar, because you don't want them peeking through your blinds. They will make up shit if they don't like you. And it's a messed up situation. I'm so sorry that they took your baby twice. But girl, get your baby back and put that house on the market. You can find another neighborhood. And I understand that we moved to some of these neighborhoods for a better education, because the white people do have a better education system in their schools, whatever. But you want to live in an area that's comfortable for you and your kid. That does not sound like that's a comfortable area for y'all, because look at what the shit they doing. And then your brother turned on you, and then your plate daughter turned on you. Yeah, you need to get, yeah, you're gonna have to make some drastic changes in your personal, honestly.
Yeah.
But we can talk
Yeah.
offline.
Definitely.
We'll talk offline. And
Okay.
we're
Thank you,
praying for you,
baby.
Flame. We're praying for you to get your baby back. But girl, it's once see
Thank you. Thank you so
all your
much.
shit. So girl, get your shit together and get the hell out of there. That's what you do.
Yeah, I think I'm moving to Atlanta. I think I'm done with
Well,
Minnesota.
you can't get much black
I think I'm over
boy. God bless you, Belinda. Thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you, baby.